Good morning. This is Dr. Timothy Scott Beck, coming to you live from LifePoint Medical. And I'll say good morning to you and tell you that I feel very privileged to be here this morning working and feel good, and hopefully can help take care of people. Our team is up and ready to go. So if you need anything, you let us know. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is my phone number. The phone number up here to this office is 706-782-0016. And one of the issues we have is one of the internet companies that we partnered with a few years ago put out a tracer number for us. It's like a 534 number or something like that. That is not the correct number, and it will not get you to our office, but 706-782-0016 will. Now, we've got a lot of feedback. Sometimes people are complaining that they're getting messages and we're not returning the calls, but we cannot see where that's happening. In other words, when a patient says, I left a message, we start looking for the message and we can't find it. And we know our phone systems are working because we get about 100 phone calls per hour. So 706-782-0016. And I am going to ask that if you call, always leave a message, okay? Because that's how we can trace back that you attempted to make contact with us. And I know people don't like to do that, but I've got 5 people answering the phones, and they're full-time employees, and they're doing a really good job, okay? But we do have quite the call volume. So leave a message. And if you still have those problems, if you feel like you're leaving a message and nobody's getting back to you, let us know, because we'll figure out if there's a hole or somewhere where these things are going. I know we had a couple of complaints last week, and we called the office a dozen times from different phones, leaving different messages to see if everything was traceable, and it was. So we don't want to miss an opportunity to take care of you. And so just use our phone number, plug that one in, and leave a message. You can also request an appointment on our website at drtsbeck.com. You can just ask us right on there for an appointment, even as a new patient or an old patient, and we'll get the message and we'll call you and we'll get you set up as soon as possible for that. Plus, there's a texting feature on the website, so you can text us right then and somebody will reply right there on the screen for you. So I feel like we've got a bunch of modalities to people to get a hold of us. I realize the challenges. I try to call people all the time. We call doctors' offices all day, every day, trying to get people set up or receive stuff. And we understand phone trees and how frustrating they can be. But leave a message and we'll get back in touch with you. We are taking new patients, okay? We Medicare patients, insurance patients. We're doing really well. We're just about fully staffed where we want to be. So we are taking new patients. So if you or someone you love is needing help, we definitely want to be there for you. The only thing we shy away from is we're not a big controlled substance provider. Okay. So that's always an issue with us. And we try to keep that at a minimum. Okay. But that's just the way I practice medicine. Just an FYI too, as far as this goes, we're having to become more proactive with our wellness visits and make sure we get them right. And the insurance companies are talking to us about this. Medicare is talking to us about this. So we'll be reaching out to our patients actively to get these wellnesses done. Now the insurance companies and Medicare are forcing our hand to be aggressive that way, which I don't mind. And the reason I don't mind is because I do know if we do enough of these wellnesses, we'll save people's lives and we'll intervene in a meaningful way as to which a patient or ours doesn't have to experience the full course of a disease, okay? And that's attractive to me, to be able to do that. So if you don't mind, if look for our phone, we'll give you a call. I'll have somebody on there that's most likely familiar with you, and let's get you set up for those annual wellness visits so we can satisfy that. So while we're on the subject, one more thing on that. Look on your insurance cards, particularly if you're Medicare, you have a Medicare Advantage plan, and they might have a primary care physician listed on that card, okay? And we're having problems now because we're people's primary care physician, but we're not listed on their card as being their primary care physician. And that's causing some trouble because the insurance companies they've got where they don't even want to pay for primary care services if you're not seeing your primary care physician. So, and we cannot call and change you over to us as being your primary care physician. Insurance companies don't allow that. The only person who can change their primary care physician to us is the member themselves, the person who's signed up. So if you don't mind, would you please look on your insurance card, and if we're providing you with primary care services, you need to call them and change us to being your primary care physician. Okay, I'd really appreciate it if you would do that, and it's probably going to save you a lot of heartache as we go along because it's becoming harder and harder to see people if we're not listed as their primary care physician. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you have a good week. It's my favorite time of the year, late spring, early summer. And but we're here for you. And if you need something, we definitely want to hear from you and get you taken care of in an expedient manner. Have a wonderful day and week.